So you want to go to Australia on a working holiday visa, but you don't know how to prepare for it? Hi, I'm Jazmin and I'm from Germany. In a few weeks, I'm also going to Australia on a working holiday visa, and today I'm going to share with you all the things you need to do before you board that plane to Down Under. So before we start, here's a little side note. I've been to Australia before, so I might know a bit more about the country than the average person who normally goes to Australia on a working holiday visa for the first time. I've been to Australia for 1 month before, which is not that long. That's why I'm gonna stay a year now. But I've been there during a language course, so I kind of know a bit more because like my friends went to get a job or searched for an apartment because they stayed actually longer in Australia. So maybe I can share a bit of insight on that and tell you a bit more than the average person would know. So I guess the most important thing you have to do before going to Australia on a working holiday visa, you actually have to apply for your visa. So first of all, you have to know from which country you are. If you are from Germany like I am, it's normally no problem to get a visa because they just hand it out like super quickly. There are a lot of like instructions on how to apply. It's super easy. Like it's not really complicated, and I had my visa within like I think like a minute. I clicked on pay, and then like a minute later I got my email with the confirmation that I got the visa, which was very cool because I honestly thought it would take longer. But yeah, I got it within a minute. So now about the cost of the visa. The visa itself costs 485 Australian dollars, which if you're from Germany like me or you're just from Europe, in euros that's like almost 300 euros. I think like 299 or 295, something like that. And you also have to have a certain amount of money upon arrival because normally with Germans, they don't usually control that, they don't check that, but maybe with other countries that don't have that great reputation, I don't know, like I've heard that Poland is a country like that. They usually check your bank statement that you really have that amount of money. The amount is, I'm gonna look it up because I don't know it. Okay, so it's 5,700 Australian dollars, and that's 3,500 euros. So, and you also, on top of that, need enough money for your flight back to your home country. So, for example, for me, when I go to Australia, I haven't yet booked a flight back because I'm gonna wanna stay there a year. I don't know what happens, and I also want to travel to other countries afterwards. But I still have to have, on top of those 3,500 euros, I have to have like at least like 1,500 euros on top of that, due to a flight to Germany costing like that. Okay, that's the max, but like, we want to be safe. And also personally, I would recommend taking a lot more money than that with you. I would recommend like taking like overall with those deposit money, like those 3,500 euros, I would take like 8,000 to 10,000 euros with you, just because you don't know if you find a job immediately, because like in high season it can take a lot longer to find a job, especially if you're doing like those typical backpacking jobs. So I would definitely recommend like having that amount of money with you just to be safe. And also you can always have it as a backup money for like traveling to other countries, or like doing like the helicopter flight over the Great Barrier Reef you always wanted to do. So it's always good to have a backup money. I mean, like, I know that people see that differently. Personally, I would recommend taking at least like 8,000 euros to Australia. Okay, now to the second most important thing is booking your flights. So I've done it a bit differently. I'm now going to Tokyo beforehand, which is kind of like a really like a U-turn, to be honest, because normally the normal route would be from Germany, Frankfurt to Singapore, and then from Singapore to Australia, which is like 11 hours for that Singapore flight and 8 hours to, like, for example, Sydney. I know that Perth is like 4 hours from Singapore, so it's not that bad. So yeah, that would be a normal route, and that would actually be the quickest route. And you also could go to Singapore, which I've done before. I've actually done a stopover during my last time in Australia. I went to Singapore before and then also afterwards, which was great. If you've never been to Singapore, it's amazing. Totally check it out if you can. And that will be actually the best route to go. So, but for me, this time I knew when I got back to Australia I wanted to go to Tokyo, because Tokyo and also Japan has been a huge dream of mine for like ages, and I never made it there even though I traveled a lot. So this time I was like, okay, I'm gonna splurge, I'm gonna like take the U-turn, take longer and go to Tokyo. So my flight route is right now Frankfurt to Hong Kong, because I'm flying with Cathay Pacific, because it was the cheapest and also the best option for timing wise, because all of the other flights would like arrive in Tokyo at like midnight, and I would like miss my night of like in my hotel. So yeah, so that's like Frankfurt, Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong to Tokyo. Then I'm gonna stay a few days in Tokyo, I think like 5 nights in total. And then I'm gonna go to Sydney, which is like back to Hong Kong, because I'm flying with Cathay again, which is like I think like 5 hours to Hong Kong, and then another 10 to Sydney, which is like a lot. So if you're going the first time to Australia and you want to go to Asia also, then definitely check out Singapore, the Singapore route, because obviously it's the best and also the more, you know, quicker route, but that's totally up to you. So that's my flight route. My flights in total were 1,200 euros. Normally you wouldn't have to pay that much if you have a one-way flight. I feel like if you're from Germany, the normal thing would be like maybe 1,000, even maybe less, I don't know. But due to me having this little U-turn thing, I obviously paid more. Also, the main reason why I left my departure date, or like my departure open, that I didn't book a flight back or like to another country yet, is because you will meet a lot of new people, and maybe those people say, oh, let's go to New Zealand, or let's go to Asia. Then you can't go because, yeah, well, you booked your flight. So I would recommend leaving it always open to see who you meet and where you end up, so you have a better time and don't regret anything. So now on to another important part, which is insurance. Like I said, I'm from Germany and I have my insurance with Hanse Merkur. They are, for me, price-wise and also like what they offer, the best option I could get. I also have an Instagram highlight, so if you're from Germany, I have it in German. You can go into my Instagram, the link is down below. And there's a highlight set that says around the world trip, and you just have to tap a bit forward because I have another story there. And then until you go to the insurance part, then that tells you all you need to know. What you also have to keep in mind is, for all the Germans, that you have to pay your health insurance here in Germany, even though you don't need it here, even though you don't live here anymore. For me, I'm with AOK and I have to pay 50 euros during the time that I'm in Australia or like abroad per month. And yeah, so when I heard that I was like pissed, but it has a reason. If you don't do it and you come back, for example, I'm also going to the Philippines and like other countries, and also go to South Africa. So if you come back from like saying South Africa and you have malaria or like another like tropical sickness, disease, they don't pay for it. So it can be very pricey when you have to go to the hospital with such a serious disease, and you have to pay for that by yourself. So I would definitely recommend paying those 50 euros, even though it bugs me because I obviously don't use my health insurance here in Germany, but it's for the better, and it's I think the smarter choice doing that and paying this amount of money. because if I really need it, I would have to pay a lot more than that. Okay, so now to accommodation. I would recommend booking a hostel for at least like a month. You can also book it for like 2 or 3 weeks. It's up to you. But I feel like the first month you just have to adapt, especially if you've never been to Australia before. So I would recommend staying at least like a month in a hostel in one city. If you're the normal backpacker, you normally would like, you know, go to another city afterwards, or like get a job for like a few months and then go to another city. So just to be safe for your first month, I would recommend booking a hostel in advance. Personally, I'm not going to be the typical backpacker, because after that month in the hostel, like those 2 months, I'm going to also stay on a road trip in a few hostels. So I'm going to stay 2 months in total in a hostel. After those 2 months, it's going to be January. I'm trying to get an apartment and also get a job in Sydney, so that I will make Sydney my permanent home, I guess, for that year, just because I love Sydney and I'm personally not the backpacking type of person. So I would try to get a job in my usual job that I have here in Germany, in the administration office sector. So personally for me, I have never worked in Australia before, so I can really tell you all about that. I might do an update about that when I'm done with my working holiday year, but I'm gonna try to get a job in my regular job in Germany. Just a little back info: in Germany I have done 2 apprenticeships, one in industrial manageress and one bilingual assistant. So these are very good jobs, very good apprenticeships. If you're not familiar with the apprenticeship like stuff in Germany, Google it and they will tell you all about it. It's a system, and it's an amazing system which helps you learning your job kind of. So yeah, but I'm not gonna go into depth with this. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get a job in my usual job. Not personally, I worked in Germany as a salesperson, or like in sales. Probably won't do that in Australia. I will do like more of like easier job, like assistant jobs, or like even receptionist. But that's fine, because you still earn a lot of money with that job. The minimum wage in Australia is $18 Australian dollars, and with those jobs in administration, if you have experience, you can earn up to 30 Australian dollars, which is like a lot. So I have to rush now a bit because my battery is almost dying. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it was helpful for you. I'm gonna try to update you a bit about my experience in my vlogs when I'm in Australia and really do the working holiday visa jobs. But yeah, up until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it was helpful, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye!